Show us your swing long drive style. Dane, thanks for the video here. You know, looks like you're really getting after it. How far can you hit it? And I think you do a nice job recruiting with all of the power sources. And this will be an interesting one for all of the viewers to take a listen to and watch. The first thing you can see, you have a fair amount of side bend to the right. And some of that is because you want to get that ball position outside the lead shoulder where you can really hit up on it, right? Get that attack angle, probably +5, +6, somewhere in there. And you've got that ball position way up there, the handle back, strong grip. Now, what I like is that when you go back, you recruit up. Your right leg stands up, your spine extends. Yes, you get a little bit taller, but that's where the energy is, right? It's this upward feeling with the right leg, the spine. Now, we want to try to keep our hips and shoulders orientation more kind of down to the ground in a regular golf swing for accuracy, but in the context of driving, I think the lesson here is really feeling that upward movement, not around, not down, and you certainly do that. And I would let, I'd let this left knee, come across even a little bit more, let that right leg, right hip get up a little bit higher, really feel that glute activated as you get to the top of the swing. Now, as you go up, then you can come down. Here's the sit move, right? And I think you want to try to maximize that move the best that you can. Up, and then really sit where the belt buckle from the top of the swing is going to drop down. And as it drops down and engages the ground, now you can rotate and get out of the way, hit up on it, and really let it release to this full finish position. So I think there's a lot to learn here for everybody watching this in the way, Dane, that you're recruiting for power. I'm going to show you a little something here with the right hip, left knee, and to see if we can get that to be a little more engaged going back. And then from there, a little bit about that sit move coming down as that leads to rotation. Good stuff, man. I appreciate you sending this video in. I'm going to give you a few things to consider here. Out here on Show Us Your Swing. I love it because, not only are you looking for more distance, but of course, everybody that's playing the game wants a little bit more distance. And I like how long drive guys recruit for power, right? How they really go about using their body for distance. And I think people can learn from your swing. The first thing that stands out to me when I watch you, you can really see how you're really recruiting more up, right? And I think that's key because this upward kind of feeling for recruitment, almost like pulling the lawnmower cord, right? Pulling it up. I'm not pulling it around me, right? I'm not pulling it away from me that way. I'm pulling it straight up behind me like that. And that's a good image for power. Now, to do that, we've got to get some upward movement here in the right leg where the right side of the pelvis sits higher. We've got to get some extension in the spine this way, not flexion. So many of you are trying to stay down in flexion, and we need to have some extension this way. Now, in doing that, upward movement of the right leg, some extension in the spine, we still want to keep our orientation to the ground, meaning we want our shoulders and hips to be still on this angle, right? I don't want to be up here like that. So be careful of that. Be careful that as you extend, you don't get too this way, flatten the shoulders. You still have that little angle. And I think the one thing that would help you with that is if you let your belt buckle kind of trace a little bit more over towards your right heel. Okay, so kind of feel like it gets a little more into the heel, and then you turn, and you'll feel like you've really turned deeper into the right heel, the right side, and that glute should feel like it's really activated. Like I can feel the stretch here in my hip versus if I went up here like this, right now I lose that. So I think that would help. A little trace here of the belt buckle, really feel like you're turning again up, but kind of really sitting deep into that right heel, right? Activated glute. And then from there, I think that'll give you a little bit more recruitment. Like you can really feel like now you can kind of sit a little bit more and then explode off of the ground like that. So that's my advice to you. And as I'm going through this, and a lot of you are watching this, that movement of the belt buckle, that movement of the right leg, that extension in the spine, all those things will lengthen you out. It'll give you more turn, more power, right? More potential energy now coming down, where then you can really turn and push off the ground. All right, so I'm gonna give you my best that I got here with that. I always think of Henrik Stenson when I'm trying to hit it harder. He takes that belt buckle, he almost presets it over here, and then he turns. All right, so I'm gonna get a little preset. Oh. Something like that. All right, so I'm going to give it a little preset. All right, so I'm going to give it a little preset and then let it go. Oh. Got on the toe a little bit, but I can feel the power coming from that energy going over here, trying to really get more up here like this, and then get after it. And of course, you got the ball forward, so you can really hit up on it. So appreciate the video. I hope some of that helps activating that glute to get a little bit more distance, but I like what you got going on there.